She smiled every morning, made coffee, fixed her hair, posted a story with a song that sounded upbeat, because upbeat was easier to explain than honest. She replied to texts with laughing emojis and "I'm good," even when her chest felt tight and her head was spinning. To the world, she was okay, maybe even thriving, but inside she was breaking, quietly, completely, and it only took one message to change everything. She was the girl everyone leaned on. Strong, smart, always composed, the kind of person people call when their life falls apart, because she always knows what to say. But when her world started crumbling, she said nothing, because no one expects the strong one to be struggling. She had learned early on that emotions made people uncomfortable. When she cried as a child, they told her to be brave. When she opened up as a teen, they called her dramatic. So she adapted. She smiled through pain, laughed through heartache, functioned through the fog, and every day she carried an invisible weight. She made people laugh, gave great advice, remembered everyone's birthdays. But when the day ended and the door closed behind her, she collapsed into bed like someone carrying 1,000 invisible bricks. The truth? She wasn't lazy, she wasn't dramatic. She was tired, not in her bones, but in her soul. Tired of pretending, tired of performing, tired of being fine. Still, she kept going. Post, smile, repeat. She showed up in meetings with perfect notes and a calm voice. She laughed at memes in group chats. She even made weekend plans, all while quietly thinking, if one more thing goes wrong, I might fall apart completely. She started to dread mornings. The sun felt heavy, not warm. Simple tasks, showering, replying to texts, opening the curtains, felt impossible. But she kept doing them, because that's what people do, right? They keep going, no matter how empty they feel inside. She didn't want to burden anyone. She didn't want to be the girl who needed help. Everyone thought she was doing so well. She didn't want to break that illusion, so she kept quiet. Then one night, her phone buzzed. A message lit up the screen. 5 simple words. Are you really okay? Not the usual, how are you? Not the casual, you good? This one pierced the mask she wore. It was the first time in a long time someone saw her. Not the version she performed, but the part of her that was crumbling beneath the surface. She stared at the message. Her fingers hovered over the keyboard. She typed, "Yeah, I'm fine." Then paused, deleted it, typed again, "I don't know anymore." Tears she had swallowed for weeks, maybe months, started to fall. Not because she was weak, but because someone cared enough to ask and mean it. That message didn't fix everything. It didn't erase her pain, but it cracked the wall she had built around herself. And in that crack, a little light got in. She began talking, slowly, hesitantly, not to everyone, just to one person who made space for her truth. She said the things she never dared to say out loud. I feel lost. I feel like I'm failing, even though I'm doing everything right. I feel like I'm disappearing and no one notices. And that person didn't run. They didn't try to fix her. They stayed, they listened. Sometimes that's all we really need. She started therapy. She started journaling. She gave herself permission to rest, to cry, to not be okay. Healing didn't come in a straight line. Some days were worse than others. But for the first time in a long time, she felt like she had a path, a way forward, a way through. Now, she still smiles, but it's not a mask, it's real. She still shows up, but she no longer sacrifices her peace to please others. And when someone asks, "How are you?" she takes a breath, thinks, and sometimes says, "I'm struggling, but I'm trying." If you're watching this and you're carrying the weight of silence, this is your message. You don't have to wait until you break. You don't have to keep pretending. You don't have to smile to be loved. Sometimes, one message is enough to change everything, and maybe this is yours.